So now we will see inline versus internal versus external CSS. So guys, basically the CSS properties that are read last will be applied to the HTML elements. So the full form of CSS is cascading style sheet. So basically whatever properties are being mentioned in the end will be applied to that particular HTML element, and this we are going to see with the help of examples as well. And mostly in big projects we should use the external CSS to keep the HTML and CSS codes separate. So guys, basically it is a best practice in order to keep the HTML and CSS code separate by using the external CSS file, which will be a separate file that will only define the list of CSS properties for the different HTML tags that we have defined in the web pages. So guys, let us check the difference and the priorities of the inline, internal and the external CSS over here. So let us move to the VS Code in this case, and I'll remove the previous lines of code, that is the style tag that we had written previously, and then we are going to keep this h1 tag, that is this is heading 1 text inside the h1, and then let's say we want to add a paragraph tag over here with the help of the p tag, and then simply we will say this is a paragraph. So guys, over here we have two tags, that is h1 tag, this is heading 1, and then we have the paragraph tag, that is this is a paragraph, text is being displayed inside this tag. Let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, we have the heading 1 h1 and then we have the paragraph. Now guys, let us say we want to apply some color to this particular paragraph. So let's say if we want to apply the red color to this paragraph tag. Now guys, there are three ways in which we can define the CSS properties, and first of all we are going to see how we can do it using the inline method. Now what do we mean by inline CSS? So basically we can also define the CSS properties inside the starting tag over here. In this case we want to apply the red color to this paragraph, so we can apply the CSS property inside this starting tag, that is the p tag. So after this p character we can have the space character over here, and simply we can provide the style attribute. So as you can see, this is the suggestion that is being provided by the VS Code, and then after this we have equal to operator followed by double quotes, and then guys, inside the double quotes we have to provide the CSS property that we want to apply to this particular tag. So in this case we want to update the color to red. So over here inside the double quotes we will say color followed by colon, and then we can provide the name of the color. So in this case it is red, and then after this simply we can provide semicolon. Now guys, similarly like how we have applied color property, we can apply more properties over here on the same line separated with the help of this semicolon that we have provided. Now guys, let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, this is a paragraph text is being displayed with the red color now. And guys, in this way the inline CSS property works, that is we can provide the CSS property inside the starting tag of the HTML element for which we want to apply the CSS property based on our requirements. Now guys, what is the meaning of the internal CSS? So over here the second type of CSS is the internal CSS in this case. So previously we had seen inside the head tag we can define the style tag as well. So the style tag that we define inside the head tag after the title tag over here is called internal CSS. So the CSS that we define in this way, that is present inside the head tag, is called the internal CSS. That's because it is present inside this particular HTML document itself. So guys, over here let's say we provide the selector, that is p in this case. So we want to apply the font color to the paragraph tag over here, and after this selector we provide the open and close curly braces, and inside this we are going to provide the property that is color. So after this property we need to provide the value of the color. So in this case after colon we provide the value. So let's say we provide the value as blue color in this case. So guys, basically for the internal CSS we are applying the color blue for the p tag, so that the text that is present in all the paragraph tags will be displayed with the blue color. So guys, let me just save this file now and let us see whether this color, that is blue, will be applied to the text color of the paragraph or not. So let me just reload this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, still we are able to see the red color for this paragraph text. Why so? That's because we have also provided the inline CSS over here. And guys, always remember the inline CSS property that we have provided to any of the HTML document will be given the highest priority compared to the internal CSS and the external CSS that we are going to see. So in case you are making any changes in the internal CSS or the external CSS and those changes are not getting reflected to the element which you are expecting to change, then please check if that particular element is having any inline CSS property that is being defined over here. Now guys, if we simply remove this style attribute from this paragraph tag, that is the inline CSS. So over here we have removed the inline CSS. Let me just save this file now. So now if we reload the page once again, then this particular color, that is blue, should be displayed as the font color for the paragraph. So let me just reload this page once again. So before reloading, it is red color over here, and when we reload this page, as you can see, now the paragraph text is having the blue color that is being applied with the help of this internal CSS in this case. So guys, this is the way that we can define the internal CSS as well for a particular HTML document. Now guys, the other way in order to define the CSS is external CSS, and this is the common way in which we provide the CSS properties. So what we can do is simply over here inside the head tag, we provide the link tag over here. So guys, in this case, link followed by colon, and then we have something called as CSS. So as you can see, this is the Emmet abbreviation that is provided by the VS Code. We click on this particular option, and then you can see that the relation, that is rel attribute, it is being defined as style sheet, and href attribute is having the name of the CSS file, that is style.css. So guys, we can provide any name over here, but the extension should be .css in this case, in order to have the CSS property being defined in the external file. So guys, over here we are going to create another file, for which we will name that file as style.css, that is provided over here to the href property. So we add new file in this case, and simply we provide style.css over here and press on enter. So as you can see, this is a new file that is created, style.css, and over here we can simply provide the CSS properties to be applied to different elements of the HTML. So let's say to the same paragraph we want to set the color to some other value. So over here, let's say we come to the style.css, we provide the P, that is the paragraph tag, which is the selector, and inside the open and close curly braces we provide the color property over here, and then followed by colon, and let's say we want to change the color to green in this case. So guys, basically we want this green color to be set as the font color for the paragraph tag. So let me just save this file now. Always remember to save this file, that is style.css, and the HTML file as well. So both the files should be saved in order to see the latest changes that are being made in both the files. So let me save this file as well. And after saving this file, let me just reload this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, the font color for this paragraph has been changed to green in this case. So in this way we are able to use the external CSS as well in order to apply the various CSS properties to the HTML elements. Now guys, what is the priority between the internal and external CSS? We have already seen that the highest priority is given to the inline CSS property that we had already defined, which we have removed now. But apart from this, we also have both the types of CSS being defined over here. We have the style tag inside the head document, which is the internal CSS, and we also have the link tag, that is linking to the external CSS file over here, and in this case it is giving the priority to the external CSS file. That's because we are able to see the color as green. Now guys, since we have provided this particular link tag after the style tag, that is the reason the green color is getting more priority compared to the blue color which we had defined inside the internal CSS. So guys, what we can do in order to give more priority to the internal CSS over here, so first we need to define the link. So we can simply remove the link tag from here, that is after the style tag, and we can provide the link tag before these style tags over here. So before the style tag, simply I am going to provide the link tag in this case. So what exactly is happening over here? The control flow is first checking this particular link tag, and it sees that there is an external CSS file in this case, so it applies this particular green color, but then it also sees later on that there is an internal styling that is also provided, and in this case the color blue is applied. So the latest color that is applied over here is from the internal style, that is the color blue, and that color will be applied to the paragraph tag over here. So let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. If you notice, the current color is green, which is from the external CSS file, but since we have changed the position of the external CSS file, now this particular color should be applied. So when we reload this page, as you can see, blue color is getting applied to the paragraph text over here. So guys, these are the different ways in which you can provide the CSS properties inside the HTML document. The most common way is to use the external CSS that we have just seen in order to separate the code, that is the CSS code and the HTML code. So guys, comment in the comment section below whether you have learned something out of this video. Please make sure that you like this video so that it reaches to more people, and subscribe to this channel so that you get the notifications on upcoming videos as well. The next video that we are going to talk about is types of CSS selectors. So stay tuned.